awesome holiday show planned for you. We show off the best moments of 2K TV, share expert tips for all the newcomers, and have a lot of fun with 2K TV Interactive.
Things that you can't, just know I'm doing something you ain't, simple and plain.
This week marks our 50th episode of NBA2K16, and today we have
All right. You all know why we're here and what we came to do this year. This is only the beginning of a very long season, but Game 1 means just as much as Game 82. Now, we have some new faces here that I really expect to make an impact for us this season. We've already seen flashes of what they can do for us, but I expect all of you to go out there and execute just like we did in camp. Ain't no more excuses. It's time to get serious. If we play our brand of basketball, there's no telling where this team can go. So get out there, get warm, and let's go win this game.
My first NBA game. Can't believe it's finally here. You work your entire life for something, and then when it's right in front of you, it's almost hard to believe. But I'm ready. And now it's time for me to show everybody I belong. And do my best to represent Harlem.
Well, we can finally say it. The NBA regular season is about to get underway. And here at 2K Sports, we couldn't be happier. Along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. And of course, this is the first they're seeing of NBA appearance from Freak.
Yeah, and whether he has friends and family in the crowd tonight or watching at home, I know a lot of people are proud of this young man. He's worked so hard to achieve this goal.
Yeah, and the future's bright for him, Greg. Not just tonight and not just this season, but for years to come.
And for the Suns, Bledsoe and Knight are the backcourt. John Lure's out there with Warren, and it's Chandler in at the center position. And that'll be Dallas as it goes out of bounds. Mavericks retain possession. Suns on defense. Here's Freak. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast. And a momentous occasion, folks, as that basket represents the very first official NBA scoring tabulation from Freak.
You know, you gotta be happy for him. I mean, that's a great way to open up his NBA scoring account.
Well, everybody is happy to see him put the first points of his career on the board. Coaches, fans, teammates, everybody.
What a year for the Suns in terms of transactions. Started the season with Dragic and Thomas on the roster and moved them both, Clark, at the deadline.
And, you know, most folks saw the Dragic trade coming after his disagreements with the team. The Thomas trade was a bit of a surprise, though.
And as you said, the Suns made a flurry of deals at the deadline. You knew they would move one guard, but ended up moving two, brought back one as well.
Over to the left wing. Just 5 on the clock. Felton dishes to Pachulia. That's good, and so Felton has the assist there. Pachulia's got it all tied up now for Dallas.
When the Suns made all those trades, you kind of figured there would be some adjustment, and they did fall off a bit. Still, they felt what they had wasn't quite good enough going forward, so they got a jump on rebuilding last year. Brandon Knight certainly can pass the orange.
There's the pick. Felton kicks to Pachulia. Freak with it. Nowitzki a screen. And it's Freak missing.
You know, even though he missed that one, great shooters have a way of feeling when they've got enough room to pull the trigger.
There's no doubt about it. The defense, you can see him exhaling right now. Fortunate that he didn't knock that one down.
11 feet away, and it's Phoenix scoring again.
The field goal percentage has been bumped up into the high 50s now.
And when you're shooting like this, you should be winning. They're scoring with tremendous efficiency.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They really are, and their last 3 buckets have come by way of an assist.
And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. There's a screen. Bledsoe passes to Lure. Knight for 3. And it's Freak with the rebound. And here we see the debut of Freak, the kid from Harlem. His first time on an NBA floor. And Clark, it's a moment that he's worked very hard to achieve, and his family has got to be proud.
Extremely so, Kevin. It's been a long journey for him, but every level along the way, he's found success. High school phenom, playing for a college championship. I wouldn't bet against this kid on anything when it comes to basketball.
Well, with Freak, Clark, there was a question whether he would stay another year in college. Really was a tough decision for him, but he ended up coming out after his freshman year.
And, Kevin, it's really hard to blame a guy like Freak for doing that. I mean, he's clearly NBA ready, and he's putting a lot at risk for every year he stays in school when he could be on the NBA clock. Tell you what, guys, it was a bit of a mixed bag for Eric Bledsoe last season. Average career highs in rebounds and assists, those were the good parts. But for some reason, the field goal and three-point percentages dropped 30-plus points.
McGee sets the pick for Harris. Freak dishes to Williams. McGee a screen. Williams kicks to Freak for the 3. It's hauled in by the Suns. Bledsoe's got his 3rd rebound tonight. The pass to Teletovic. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. And the Suns lead by 1. Dallas has gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Harris passes to Freak. And it's Nowitzki penetrating, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
You know, in Dirk Nowitzki, you start to wonder if he's the best foreign-born player ever. Of course, you have a lot of competition for that distinction. I mean, you got Hakeem, Nash, Parker, just to name a few.
Back to the topic, and Nowitzki is the greatest foreign-born player. He's making a switch here. And so that brings the first half to a close.
And now,
all right, guys, focus on me. We got them where we want them, and we can quiet these fans down even more if we pay attention to a couple of key things. Our shot selection couldn't have been better. That's the first thing I'll say. I want to see the same patience and decision-making in the second half. One thing I liked, our passing, getting a lot of assists. Unselfish passing can get us into a nice rhythm, and that's how we get ourselves on a run. And just to talk about what we want for the pace of the game, I'd say nice and steady suits us just fine. It doesn't have to be attractive.
The second half just about to get going here.
What a performance. Just look at the game for Matthews. He's got 14 points. He's done a little bit of work behind the arc.
Glenn comes in for Chandler. And Mirza Teletovic subbed in for T.J. Warren. And here is Felton on the court for the Mavericks. Freak in at shooting guard. Charlie Villanueva out there with JaVale McGee. Then there's Felton. And it's Anderson in at the small forward. And there's the call on Felton. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Dishes it to Booker. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall.
Here's Freak. Dallas, no good that time either. The Suns have gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the fourth, and even 50%.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Mavericks.
You're right, Steve. It was a standout performance across the board. They were just, at times, Clark, it seemed toying with it.
Yeah, like watching a cat play with a mouse, Kevin, quite honestly. They were able to do more or less, whatever they wanted to do.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
The stats tell us, Greg, that the winner of the first game is a big favorite to come out on top in the overall series.
And what a huge standout performance it was for Chandler Parsons. Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
McGee a screen. Felton dishes to McGee. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And they've just done a great job of keeping this crowd out of the game. And we're getting closer to victory. The crowd's getting quieter.
And there's not a whole lot for them to be cheering about anymore. I mean, their guys got it handed to them.
So no problem for Dallas.
Good win, good win, good win. Worked hard, huh? Good win.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we get a chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Chandler Parsons. He was the steady and reliable hand throughout the game tonight, stepping into more of a leadership role in this performance tonight.
Well, he showed us just how good he can be.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.
HBK, yeah, you know how we. And I can't quit, all I know is. HBK, yeah, you know how we. And I can't.
We got Kevin Durant up next, and you know he'll come to play. I love his versatility, but that makes shutting him down next to impossible. Coach gave us a full breakdown of what to expect. We We've watched plenty of film. Sometimes you just gotta throw all that out the window and settle things on the court. And I'm ready. Bring it, KD.
Welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for the latest presentation of our NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony with Doris Burke reporting on the sidelines. The Thunder are looking to grab one for the home. And the Thunder with the possession here, leading by 5. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
And in that game, guys, they were just about as dominant defensively on the interior as you could ever be.
And once they got a few rejections, they had opposing scorers looking for those long arms and hands, and it caused hesitation in taking shots in there.
And it's Freak missing.
And guys, it's easy to forget sometimes just how young Kevin Durant still is. I mean, last season, he became the second youngest player to get to 15,000 points.
For Durant getting to 15,000 points, the only player, Clark, to do it quicker was LeBron James.
Yeah, and it's even more impressive when you realize that Durant did spend 1 year in college, Kevin. You take a year off his age, and he and LeBron got to that point plateau in virtually the same amount of time.
Mitch McGary's checked in for Oklahoma City. Morrow comes in for Dion Waiters. Parsons against Durant. Parsons' shot is off.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
Barea dishes to Freak. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. Look at Oklahoma City. So far, they've got the 4th best record in the conference. And, of course, Dallas, right behind them, just 1 spot down.
You know, right now, Dallas, most of the preseason predictions were right on the money when it came to them. I mean, a playoff contender, but not necessarily championship caliber.
I would not write them off completely in terms of the title picture just yet. Still a lot of basketball to be played.
Mavs were solid on the road last year with a record of 23-18 away from Dallas, Clark. Good for 5th most road wins in the West.
And, Kevin, that's what you'd expect from a veteran team like the Mavs. I mean, throughout the roster, this team has guys that understand what it takes to win on the road.
And it's Durant, that time on the assist by Augustine.
And the offense has come together immediately. I mean, they're threatening to run away with this thing already.
Greg, it's hard to imagine they'll stay this hot for 4 quarters, but if they even approximate that, watch out. Boy, that's a really nice feed by J.J. Barea.
The Thunder leading by 9. 1:05 left to play here in the first. Augustine passes to Morrow. Nice open look, but it's no good.
Boy, that's a warm-up jumper there. I mean, when you're a pro, you can't make excuses for missing that one.
Barea kicks to Freak. Ball stolen. And the Thunder pushing it up now. Augustine's running. Finished off the break. Augustine's got 5 points so far.
They've got themselves in front with some outstanding shooting right off the bat.
It's been a complete technical dominant performance out here. They are in a zone.
Here's Freak. Cannot hit.
They've come out with a take no prisoners approach on the glass today.
Yeah, and it's already got them a +5 margin in the rebound column.
The Thunder with the lead. Durant up top, covered by Parsons. Outside Durant. Shot from the top of the key. Up again, and Adams with the slam.
You could not diagram a better way to open a quarter.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the lead they've jumped out to already.
And Serge Ibaka, becoming known for his shooting ability now, he talked about the confidence his teammate.
He trusts you. Every time he passes the ball, when you don't shoot, he's screaming you, shoot ball. Then next time what? You will shoot. And if you miss, you say, yeah, good shot. You know, and your coaches in the practice talking to your teammates. Man, when Serge is open, give him the ball. He will make that shot.
Well, if you wonder how much difference a coach can make for a player there. Adams, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Mitch McGary comes in for Serge Ibaka. Kevin Durant, he's checked in for Anthony Morrow. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Waiters. On the floor for Dallas, Freak in at shooting guard. Powell is out there with Chandler Parsons. Then there's Pachulia, and it's Barea in at the 1 spot.
And who could forget the tear that Westbrook went on last season? I mean, after the All-Star break, it was just triple-double after triple-double for him.
And it's Freak missing. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Outside Westbrook. Here's McGary. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. Well, Greg, for Westbrook, as you were talking about him, the triple-double stretch included 4.
You're calling that best screen.
What a life, eh, Freak? 1 minute you're playing 21 and horse on the courts in Harlem, and the next moment you're in the showroom, configuring the gunmetal and graphite exterior of your luxury car and your iPad mini. Oh, I bet you get a crazy crowd when you drive that car around the block in the old neighborhood, huh?
Yeah, I'm living the dream. Mad pandemonium. But folks from back around the way are real proud of me.
Yeah, I hear you. Local kid makes good. You know, it kind of reminds me of when I took my tech stock public and I rang the New York Stock Exchange bell, and my mom's friends called her up and said, Maggie, is that your son on Bloomberg News this morning ringing the bell? And my mom says, yes, sirree, Bob, it was him. That was a great moment, Freak. And you know, our lives are like a pearl necklace of great moments, all strung together with the finest silk thread of memories. And we have to be very careful how we cultivate those pearls and we thread that necklace.
Does this meeting by any chance have to do with Vic Van Leer?
I grew up in the burbs, Freak. I wasn't poor, upper middle class, comfortable. My daddy worked as an accountant for one of the largest insurance firms in the country. Smart with his money. Mom didn't have to work. I went to boarding school. And my dad died of a heart attack when I was a freshman at MIT. I was a movie geek, wanted to be a civil engineer, but I made my fortune by becoming a hybrid of both those interests. My dad didn't want me to be an accountant. Oh, listen to this. My best friend was a guy named Isidore. Yeah, we called him Izzy. He was one of the smartest human beings I have ever met in my life. I mean, Izzy was taking second-year college calculus courses as a high school sophomore, right? Straight-A student, full ride to MIT. Izzy had the world at his fingertips. But he was always looking for trouble, and trouble found him. He ran with the wrong crowd. And when we got to MIT, he got this great job working for a financial consulting firm. In Boston. But every weekend, he would fly to Vegas. You see, Izzy had a system for counting cards in Vegas that had the big casinos on the Strip. Oh, stymied. He would come back to MIT with suitcases filled with $200,000 in cold cash.
Word?
Yeah.
So your man Izzy was getting hit off like that?
Like a fat rat in a cheddar cheese factory, freak.
Okay, so what happened to this dude Izzy? Because he's dope.
No, not dope. Dead. After he'd been missing for 3 weeks, the Nevada State Police never found hide nor hair of Isidore. And our friendship took a hit when he asked me to hang out with him in Vegas, and I said I wouldn't do it because I knew he was on a dark and twisted path in his life. And yes, he was my dude. But no way was I gonna throw my life away trying to show my loyalty to a guy who really and truly didn't understand what loyalty was all about.
So this meeting is about Vic.
Correctamente.
Okay, well, sir, Vic isn't Izzy.
And why's that, freak?
Well, for one thing, you and your dead friend Izzy didn't grow up poor. Me and Vic grew up in a neighborhood where we had to look over our shoulder every 2 seconds to make sure nobody was going to walk up on us and rob us.
True. Izzy and I did not grow up in the hood. But we, like you, thankfully grew up in a 2-parent household. But even that wasn't enough for Izzy. He wasn't satisfied. He was always looking for a 5-alarm fire when he already had the warmth and comfort of a loving family. This is not about class warfare, freak. This is about the consequences of making bad choices and risking it all when you feel like you have nothing to lose.
Vic is like a brother to me, sir.
But you shouldn't be Brother Vic's keeper, freak. Would a brother go looking for trouble and put your career and your livelihood at risk by getting into fights at nightclubs and seedy after-hour joints and then scream to the media, yeah, it's all good, I'm an FOF, friendo freak. It's all misunderstanding. Y'all be haters, don't hate my game. I don't think a brother would do that to someone they really cared about, but a guy who looked at you like a meal ticket would.
No. See, you don't understand Vic.
Really? I don't understand.
No.
Look, man, it was a misunderstanding with the guy in the next VIP booth. His honey started flirting with me, so naturally I started flirting back. Next thing I know, Captain Cornball's off my grill piece beefing. Next thing he know, he got a 2-piece and a biscuit on his left eye. Hey, I don't know who hit him. And it damn sure wasn't me. Hey, Captain Cornball's mad because I'm an FOF, friend of freak. Hey, but check this out, though. He needs to train that hottie before he leave the house, though. Yo, he's hot as ain't loyal, man.
What's there to understand? Are you freaking blind? You know, I just want to know, how much did you pay your lawyers to make all this go away?
Almost $100,000.
Excuse me, son, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I said I paid almost $100,000.
Exactly. And if you keep riding shotgun with Vic, you're gonna go broke. Quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Look, Vic is my friend, and I grew up with him. How many times I gotta tell you, sir?
Freak, this is not a request. I am not asking you to do this. I am telling you to do this. And the first order of business is that Mr. Vic Van Leer is banned from traveling with you on the road. Vic is banned from the locker room. And Vic is banned from this arena. And if I catch this guy, Vic, in or anywhere near the facilities, Mr. Vic Van Leer will be arrested for trespassing.
Are you serious, sir?
Brother, I'm as serious as cancer. We all know that can be deadly.
You know, when me and Vic were kids, playing summer tournaments at the Dome, we always imagined making it to the pros, right? And after the crowds left, just a street light was on the court, like 11:30, 12 midnight, even 1 in the morning sometimes. We used to practice player introductions, running on the court, giving dap, high-fiving the teammates. Vic, he would act as an announcer. You know, he would introduce me and announce my name on the loudspeaker, and the Jumbotron would flash my image like a little guy dressed in long shorts and a jersey. And now, fresh off his 3-game, 62-point scoring streak, the youngest player to ever do so in NBA history, Frequency Vibrations. So me and Vic would sit in those empty bleachers at the Dome and dream like nobody's business. And now I'm living a dream. For real. And in so many ways, Vic was part of that.
Please, listen to me. I mean, I know this guy's your dude from way back.
Look, me and Vic go way back like the front seats of a 67 Cadillac.
That's good. We go way back. Did you say front seats?
Front seats of a 67 Cadillac.
We go way back like the front seats of a 67 Cadillac. Well, Jiminy Crickets. I'm gonna be the hit once again at Herbie Allen's Sun Valley Shindig because my fellow billionaires love it when I walk and talk that talk.
So that almost sounds...
No, let me tell you exactly what it sounds like. I respect, admire, and most importantly, love you as a human being and a role model. But I pay you a lot. And I mean, I pay you a lot of money to play for my team. And I am in this game to win it. And you can't win it with an albatross around your neck like Vic. So Vic is done. History. And here's some more lingo that I picked up from a former megastar who used to play for me several seasons ago. Thought I would never release him until I did. And now he's the sixth man on a struggling team in Venice. And yeah, I'm talking Venice with the canals and the gondolas and Harry's bar, not the street ballers next to the fortune tellers on the beach in Cali. This guy used to tell me when he thought there was a player destroying our team, don't be a hero, cut that zero. And that is what I am telling you about Vic, freak. Don't be a hero, cut that zero. The only thing Vic brings into your life is headache and unwanted and unnecessary negative attention. And it will begin to affect your mindset. And when it affects your mindset, it's gonna affect your play. And when it affects your play, it's gonna affect my team. And when it affects my team, it's gonna affect my money. And if it affects my money, Google Translate will become your new freaking friend. I want a championship ring, freak, and I want you to help me get that ring. And banners after banners hanging from the rafters in this arena. So, freak, hear me clearly and hear me good. V, G, G, Vic, gotta go. Handle your business. And remember, that contract you signed contains a morality clause, a very important clause that revolves around your conduct on and off the court, and how it can negatively impact my team. Now, I don't want you to have to learn Italian or Croatian as a second language. And hey, playing pro ball overseas, there's nothing wrong with that. But the arenas are nothing like this, nor will the money be the same. And on top of all of that, this is the US of A, the greatest freaking country in the world. Ask yourself, is Vic worth all that? Think about it. Think long, think wrong.
Tell you about Vic. He has his bad rap. It's not, and I understand some of his judgments might shadow his actual character. He's not that at all. Man, Vic, let me tell you something. we actually, we have love for each other. We're brothers. Blood couldn't make us any closer at all. I mean, he has so much loyalty to me and to my family. You could see even Cece, has issues with him, but he still loves her. He still loves her.
Coming home. New York City, baby. I'll be honest, I'm pretty excited. Mama, Pops, and Cece, yeah, they're gonna be there. Playing in front of them in an NBA uniform for the first time is gonna be a special moment for me. Now, I know all of Harlem's gonna be watching. No pressure, right? It's all good, though. I've been waiting for this my entire life. And I'll be ready.
A beautiful view from the Manhattan Bridge looking west to the setting sun. It's an interconference contest here in the Big Apple, New York, as the Knicks play one at home. The Mavericks are looking to end their road trip here with a strong outing. They've really been on a roll. They've gone 5-1 in their last 6 games.
Well, they're a team no one wants to face right now. The level they maintain during this winning streak has really been incredible.
It really has been. I mean, really daunting to face them at this point if you're the opponent. I mean, when they're playing this well, it's going to take an awful lot to knock them off.
Now we'll look at Dallas's starting lineup. Parsons and Dirk are in at the forward spots. Matthews out there with Darren Williams, and it's Pachulia in at the 5 spot. So for New York, their last game, a win against Milwaukee.
And Kevin, they showed how important it is to have a strong bench. I mean, when you are on the road, that depth is vital. I think they really utilized the second unit to offensive and just really wore down their opponent.
And guys, I think what you saw from them throughout the game was teamwork. This is a team. Regardless of who was out there on the floor, at any they got it done. And that has to make you feel good as a group.
And it's Nowitzki missing.
And Dirk Nowitzki last season, I felt like the time we saw real signs of wear and tear.